The purpose of a tool is to make a job easier, but have you ever used a screwdriver as a hammer? How about a dime as a screwdriver? Did they work? Well, sure. Kind of. But generally, tools work best when we use them the way they were designed to be used. The same is true for the tools we use for planning. Whether you use a paper planner, handheld organizer, a web-based system, desktop software, or some combination of these, they work best when we use them in a way that maximizes their effectiveness. Here are 4 keys to ensure that happens. First, determine the components of your planning system and decide which component will be the hub. You need to make that hub the central source for all tasks, appointments, commitments, and follow-up items. This includes, by the way, both business and personal. The more hubs you have running concurrently, the higher the likelihood that you're overbooked and underprepared. Having just one primary source for all of your commitments will simplify your life considerably. Now, you might be wondering, what about other computerized systems at work, or coordinating with the boss's or assistant's calendar, or better yet, your kitchen calendar? I don't recommend that you discontinue using any of them. They are helpful tools. What I do recommend is that you understand that they're not tools for planning, but rather tools for communication. Simply check with those sources as frequently as necessary to ensure that the obligations you've recorded in your planning tool are as current as possible. Second, have a piece of your planning tool with you always. Now, I'm not talking 24/7 here, so don't get nervous, but almost. If you're like me, you're taking on commitments in all parts of your life continually. Having something in your hand to capture obligations, ideas, important notes, whenever they occur, is critical to becoming as effective as possible. So think of always as within reach and within reason, whenever and wherever you need to record information. A colleague of mine shared this story. She was on a plane, actually working on her planner, when the woman sitting beside her looked over and said, "Oh, you have one of those books." My husband got one of those planners earlier this year and carries it with him everywhere. At first I thought it was kind of silly, but not anymore. This is the first year I've actually gotten my birthday and anniversary presents on time. Third, eliminate floating information. Let's say floating information is anything you can't locate in 10 seconds or less. Before you panic again, that doesn't mean you have to have the information with you, just that you know its location. According to one study, we spend an average of 28 minutes a day just looking for stuff. That's nearly 200 minutes a week, more than 800 minutes a month, and a whopping 10,192 minutes a year. Yikes! Think about it. The only reason we ever hold on to scraps of information is to use them again. What use are they if we can't find them? Fourth, customize your planning system so it meets your needs. As you become a more experienced planner, look for ways to make your planning system more user-friendly. Ask yourself what's most comfortable, what's most convenient, and what's most effective. Bottom line, the measure of your planning system's effectiveness can be summarized in 3 terms: facilitate, balance, and fit. Does your planning tool and the way you use it facilitate the activities of your life? Are you significantly increasing balance in your life thanks to your planning tool? And is it a fit? Is your planning tool comfortable to use? A yes to all 3 questions is a big step toward planning success, which leads to our next topic, planning basics.